Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about men not being attractive anymore, the problems with dating extremely older men, and 50-50 in relationships. Okay, so we're gonna play this. This is what inspired this, okay? This viral video about men not being attractive anymore. Tell me what you think.
Men are not attractive anymore, and I'm not even talking about looks. It's the fact that so many of them are not healed, not self-aware, can't connect emotionally, stuck at surface level because they don't know how to go beyond that. Like, they don't even know themselves, and they're constantly out here trying to chase the next best thing. Being emotionally unavailable, don't know how to express yourself at this big age is a complete turnoff. Like, take some time and heal. Go find yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. This video went viral. Everybody's talking about it. Blah, blah, blah. Now, let me play one of my favorite problematic commentators just to give more of a well-rounded view on why this is triggering a lot of people within the collective.
Now, she's right. Your average dude is going to lack most of the things that she said. We're just not used to it. Not making an excuse for it, but your average man is not going to be equipped with the skills that she explained. But for those healed individuals, after I've already acknowledged she's right, for my healed individuals, how many times have y'all been accused of being gay because you wasn't lustful? How many times was a woman even confused because you was genuinely trying to get to know her, but then she might have said, well, I don't know if you really liked me because you really never hinted towards anything. Mind you, this is the same woman who says she's tired of getting lusted over, so that means you are trying to get to know her for the woman that she is, but that might not have been enough. We say it for the fourth time. I said she was absolutely right. Your average man is going to lack those things. But when some of these women get what they're asking for, they automatically call them DL. Isn't that funny?
That does tend to be somewhat of the rhetoric that, tends to happen around these kinds of things. But okay. Now, to elaborate more on old girl's perspective, of course I agree. And I feel like she's ringing the alarm because it's way too acceptable for these guys out here, whether you have status, money, followers, influence, whatever that is. A lot of people are dodging their lessons, really. They're not being called to go deeper or to want to go deeper within relationships because they want to find the next best thing or add more to their roster. This is dodging lessons. To me, that's what it looks like, okay? And these guys don't want to settle down. It is unattractive because they are in the dating scene, but they're in the scene to waste time. They're in the scene to collect them all. Those who are not healed tend to replicate this kind of pattern. So this is so annoying. I like how she said this. I really do. It does not sound like how the people who say they hate men, but they're not gay, they're not lesbians, but they hate men, or I don't know. Because what is your solution? You saying you hate men, but you're straight. What do you want? What do you want? I don't know. It's weird. Let's continue to get into...
Are you no longer attracted to men?
No, because the attraction, I'm a sapiosexual. I'm a sapiosexual and I'm a demisexual. If you're not sure what a demisexual is, that's somebody that is only sexually attracted to somebody based on a deep emotional connection. So I need a deep emotional connection and I need someone who is intelligent. Men are incapable of both of those things. I have outgrown the quote unquote intelligence of a male because their intelligence that I perceived as intelligence is no longer intelligence. It's cookie cutter. They can't tell the truth. They can't bow down to actual wisdom, right? It's all about power for men. It's not about anything that is remotely good for humanity or anybody else. It's all selfish. And unfortunately, that's a major turnoff to me. What I was attracted to in men was this idea that they were these great leaders, right? That because I like people like General Patton. I like well put together people, well put together, well disciplined, right? But not only discipline, you got to have some humanity about yourself, right? You got to be about equity. The male is just not that. General Patton and people like that, they are exceptions to the rule. The average male is nowhere near the exception to the rule, and I just can't get with it.
I see what she's trying to say. I see what she is trying to say. I agree with her when she talks about it's about the power dynamic and about power. It's not so much rooted in love. It's not rooted in building a relationship when it does come to the average man, okay? I feel like the average men are the ones who are just easy to access, who are just so easy and and willing, and just the easy ones, not the ones who are about effort, who want to put forth the effort to earn certain qualities or respect from you, certain, traits from you, like to, the guys who want to earn it, and who put forth effort. So the average man ain't doing it. It's so unfortunate. We're gonna do a fun video about like dating stories, something to lighten it up, because it's so unfortunate how we all, get into all this, but at the end of the day, end of the lesson, it is a good, all right, now we know that ain't it. Let's get to our next video.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. Spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York, but I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because there are beautiful women out here, beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women, who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that. Like, they're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things. What happens to the fun in life?
I was reading the comments under this video, and the first comment says, women are boring and irritating like this video. Another comment says, it's too much work and drama. Another comment on here says, today's woman's attitude and character are undesirable. Oh my God. Another comment under this video alone, says, we've seen all y'all sell, fight to be 304s instead of mothers, be selfish instead of think about our community and children. To be honest, y'all are a joke. Also, stop thugs and degenerates. What? So what do y'all think? Let's get into our next segment about dating older men. We're gonna talk about it and how it is problematic.
You do not get to be mad about Shannon Sharp entangling with that young ass girl if you support creators like Sheer 7. You do not get to be mad about old weird ass niggas messing with young ass women if you support an older weirder ass woman that enables that behavior. Shit promotes it. Her entire platform essentially promotes using men for money and just dealing with the consequences, because they was gonna treat you like shit anyways. Y'all don't see that her play style is just like these weird ass old ass niggas? Why these old heads purposely prey on these younger women because they more gullible, they more naive, they easier to manipulate and gaslight. She encourages these younger women to go after these older niggas because they more desperate. You know what I'm saying? The women they age don't want them because they lame, okay? But they more likely to have money because they more experienced, they older compared to the young nigga. Like, The shit, everything about the shit sick. Men and women, it's all sick. That's like me complaining about the drug epidemic and what it does to the community while being a drug dealer. That's like me condemning slavery, saying slavery is bad, slavery is terrible, but owning a couple slaves on the side. Like, y'all don't see that y'all are contributing to the problem?
Yes. See, more conversation is coming out about it. Oh my gosh. Everybody's starting to wake up and realize these gurus, these old people, it's really Generation X and their nonsense still bleeding into today's society.
Tips for seducing older men. Be very feminine, smile. Don't make them feel old, but make them feel young. Listen to what they're talking about.
Are y'all cool with it or are y'all not? John brought up a great point that I completely forgot about. Back during this time when she was blowing up on TikTok and social media, period, we were all saying that it was weird for y'all to be targeting older men. It's weird for older men to be sleeping with women in their early 20s, late teens. And y'all were just boosting it up, eating it up. Yeah, get your bag. People out here sleeping for free. You might as well get paid for it. Y'all were empowered. Y'all were literally telling all these young women to date older. And if you think about it, y'all were grooming the younger generation to go for older men because they would pay their bills. Don't think we forgot thousands and thousands of comments. If we were to make a video on it, it's their body, their choice. It's 18. They can date older men if they want to. Fast forward a year later. Y'all saying Shannon deserves to be falsely accused of SA because he's older. Y'all saying it's wrong, which it is. But we have been saying the same shit on this app for years. And we got bashed for it. We got hate comments for it. Y'all just wanted to argue. Y'all keep trying to say, oh, we blame men. Women were the ones that told her to go into S3X work. You can scroll on my page for as long as you want. I have always preached sexual discipline to men and women. I have always said that women need to value themselves more. I have preached to not just use your body as a tool. Most of the men online, the ones with an actual platform way bigger than mine, preach the exact same thing. Women are the ones telling these girls to get in this line of work. Women are the ones that's telling these young women to go ahead and sell their bodies. I can name 10 podcasts right now where women are doing this. Y'all are your worst enemies. Not us. Y'all.
Crazy. A comment on here says, I know a girl right now dating and having a kid by a 51-year-old man. And she is 23. That is disgusting. I played this next video just in case you were contemplating wanting to date an old ass.
These are some dangers of dating an older man. This is coming from someone that dated someone 20 years older than me, and I definitely paid a price for that. There are definitely some key things that I took away from this dynamic that I will never ever date an older man again. A lot of older men that are probably at least 20 years older than you, 30 years older than you, they go after young women specifically because young women don't have the same life experience as someone obviously in their age range, right? They know this and they love knowing how naive and how little life experience we have because it's easier for them to control you. They don't want to date a woman that is a little bit more mature and actually has had life experience because they don't want to have to combat or deal with a woman that actually knows her worth and like has her frontal lobe developed. Like they don't want that. They want someone compliant. They want someone that's actually just gonna do whatever that they say and they like knowing that they're convincing you to be on their side of things because you don't know enough yet to even have your own opinion. It's really about a power and control dynamic. And especially if a man has been through so many relationships, he's like this bachelor and he's going after young women. In my opinion, that's definitely a red flag, especially if this man has never been married before and he's like in his 40s or 50s. Definitely I would take that with a grain of salt. Also, a lot of these men do tend to give you false hope and lie to you. Like they can say that they really want a serious relationship with you, but they know they're using like your good years. They're aware of that. So they'll give you false hope, but no commitment ever really comes. They'll dip their toe in a little bit, but not fully. You gotta be very careful with these types of guys. Also, a lot of these older men are not very emotionally mature. Even though they're older, that does not mean they are more mature. If anything, they're actually way more immature. anymore. A lot of these older men are very much stuck in their ways. Like, there's no room for growth. Like, it's either their way or the highway. There's no room for them to see your perspective. They want everything to go their way. That is why they want to date younger, so that they can manipulate them into doing things that they want you to do. And they don't want you to say anything about it. And if you do argue, they're going to manipulate you to see their side, and you're gonna just do what they want. If you are gonna date older, I say nothing more than 10 years, because at least you'll be in the same life goals, life expectancies, a little similar. It's gonna be a better dynamic for you. So just be very careful out there. Remember to stay safe, and I love you.
So terrible. They'll steal your youth. They will steal the life out of you. I just feel like piss poor relationships in general will just take all your beauty, all your youth, all everything.
About a year ago, I started dating men who are like 15 to 20 years older than me. This would mean men in their late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s. And I just want to point out, men are all the same. I quickly learned that age does not equate to maturity. Even better, age does not equate to enlightenment. And men that are around like their 20s to early 30s, mid 30s, I personally feel like they still have a glimmer of hope and light and just optimism about them. And they are 100% my preference to date, just based on being spontaneous, enjoying life in the moment, etc. But the men in their 40s who primarily date women in their 20s. Something I've learned as to be consistent with these types of men, especially if they've never been married, because they will wear that with a badge of honor. They'll say, I've never been married, I've never been divorced. Those men, the reason why they're single is because they have yet to bring peace into a woman's life. I think they will never change. And if they do end up married, it's going to be very late in life where they'll have no choice but to settle, because nobody's going to fall for their games and the money simply just won't hit the same. But yeah, those types of men are usually scorned and have been left by women on a consistent basis. And then like an added part to that is, if you aren't a peaceful person in general, people are going to be inauthentic towards you. So these types of men have this ideology that all women lie. But the reality is, the women that they've had have had to lie to themselves in order to be comfortable with whatever the man had to offer her in the time being. But she never really wanted to be with him because they are unpeaceful. Like, they have no peace.
The way society has made dating an older man seem like, oh yeah, this is like it, like I'll have my security, I'll have this and that, and I'm not even comfortable. I don't see how girls can even have sex with somebody who's 20 years older than them, and you're in your 20s. I don't know how y'all do that at all. Anyway. Woo. Next, let's talk about this whole 50-50 nonsense, okay? Now, people in America are fighting about going 50-50 in a relationship.
Normally and typically in an Arab household, the man usually is the provider financially, and that's just how it is.
That is just something I wasn't prepared for.
Most Arab women expect that.
Just like most American people expect the woman to contribute half. Or not half, just contribute.
But you're not dealing with an American woman.
No, but she'd have to deal with some of my things, though, too. This was definitely not what I wanted to hear. I thought Moroccan women prioritize family over material things, and I was not anticipating that it would mean I have to be the sole provider for a household. I didn't sign up for this.
Of course, I don't believe in 50-50. Of course not, of course not, of course not. But men who just don't have it like that are the ones who harp on this. And the way he said that she's not about material things. Do you not know it's 2025? It is a whole new world where you could own 15 iPhones if you wanted to. You can really have and gather as much as you want in this life. And just because she's from another country that is not America does not mean they wouldn't want a bite of that damn fruit, okay?
Going 50-50 with a man in a healthy relationship doesn't exist. And this is going to be so controversial, but let's fucking do it. A man that is willing to go 50-50 with a woman is a man that still yet doesn't have the intention of being a financial provider. When a man says, I want my woman to provide for herself while still expecting her to raise his children, he's basically saying, I want my wife to be half of the man for me while still being all of the woman. This is an unbalanced equation of the feminine and masculine dynamic. When the woman is working to provide the other 50% while raising children, it will put her on survival mode and she cannot fulfill her divine purpose as a mother to carry, nurture, and raise her children to be the highest reflection of their father. And then men say, I will not provide for you, I will not marry you, and I will not lead you. But I will fuck you, and if you get pregnant, we'll figure it out with no plan because I'm a man that lacks intention. This is why we have so many broken families and our communities are degrading. The masculine energy in our society is weak. It's why so many women have daddy issues. There's no real discipline, no focus, and no leadership from men anymore. At least not many. Instead, society wants to push women to be more masculine instead of providing the masculine support needed to uplift and protect their feminine essence.
Literally. Period. Yes.
A lot of men feel like women have a problem going 50-50 on the bills. They say it make me a roommate. That's not the case. I don't think modern women have a problem going 50-50 on the bill. They have a problem with going 50-50 on the bills, but they don't get 50% of the say. 50% of now you cooking for her, you cleaning for her, you taking the kids 50% of the time. The problem is when you agree to get into this 50-50 relationship when it comes to financially, that's all you consider. That's what a lot of modern women have a problem with. You go ghost when it's time for me to get 50-50 in other things. You acting like you too much of a man to pick up a mop, to load the dishwasher, to help with the homework. But yet you ain't too much of a man to accept the half of a rent payment that I give you to our mortgage. That's the problem that a lot of modern women are facing today. He's gonna say, well, I mow the grass and I clean the gutters, things that happen once a week. But I tell you, the diapers need changing every day.
Okay. Y'all, I have been in a relationship where we were supposed to be sharing rent, but this man, when we were living at his parents' apartment that they had in the hood, he was stealing my rent money. His mom would call me and be like, y'all didn't pay any rent this month. I'm like, I gave this dumbass nigga the money. What happened? He was stealing it and buying drugs. Stealing it and buying drugs. And because that person's family hated me, I thought they were just talking shit. He would tell me, yeah, no, it's not true, it's not true. And they're calling me every month saying how it is true. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. Had the nerve to get an apartment. It's my name on the lease. Because that nigga was a criminal, okay? Like, where was the... My brain was not fully developed. I was not who I am today. This was such an embarrassing relationship that I was in. Anyway, just sharing this tidbit with you guys because, yeah, I'll get to my point. So anyway, apartment with my name on it. And it comes to us having to, you got to pay your half of the rent, and for real, you got to pay it to me this time. And he wouldn't have all the way to 50%. It would be 30%. It would be 45%. It would be mostly between 35 to 40% every single month. And did not help with NIPSCO. Did not help with the other charges because rent is just rent. But they add sewer, garbage, utility, admin, all this other stuff. Y'all, I was paying for everything, every single bill. Grocery shopping. He thought him buying a case of water was him doing something. Oh, crazy. Wouldn't go out on dates and stuff like that. He would DoorDash and smoke all his money away. Buying all the weed in the world. All the pills at that too. Because I would find pills in the laundry. Washing machine. And I was like that was in the beginning of 2021. And I was like, oh my God, I'm with a monster. Like, this is terrible. And because I too was smoking weed and not being in my right mind, I didn't know how bad that shit looked and was. My bank account was hurting. I needed a job, another job to sustain being in an apartment and being with somebody who isn't paying to fucking be there. I was buying everything from laundry detergent, dishwasher liquid, everything you could think of. Everything. Kid you not. Toilet paper, paper towel, everything. So when it comes to 50-50, as a woman who shouldn't even have to be doing that shit in the first place, and I wasn't even working no corporate job. I was a regular person. I was working at school. Like, I was working at school, and I just knew how to manage my money the right way, to be able to sustain paying rent and stuff like that. So anyway, I say that to say, this idea of how guys feel like it should be split in half because you're also here, they're not the kind of men that want you to thrive and provide for you and want to take care of you. They're just using you. Like, I was being used, y'all, for nearly 4 years in that fucked up ass relationship from the age of 19 to 23. Yeah. I, like, could never get those years back. And once I was starting to live with that person, that's when I realized, like, this shit is not fucking it. This shit is not it. I have other horror stories I'd love to share. No bueno. So anyway, let me share with you guys the kind of mindset these user guys have when it comes to 50-50.
This is my last time talking about this 50-50 shit in relationships. For all of you women who have this false belief that somebody is supposed to take care of you 100% financially, you are delusional. You don't even date anybody that is in a position to take care of you 100% financially. You're broke. He's broke. You're scratching and surviving. He's scratching and surviving. How the fuck could y'all ever get ahead off of $60,000 a year incomes? And this is me stretching it because a lot of y'all are making less than that. Know your lane. Stop letting social media treat you. It takes teamwork to put this shit together.
That's that. He's hurting on the inside. Love rhetoric where, how would you want to see your man struggle? He shouldn't be. He should be getting his ass up there. He the one with the testosterone. Not me. The fuck? Hell no. Let me tell y'all, this has nothing to do with looks either. That's where people get it fucked up. It has nothing to do with looks, because there are some girls who are regular and not attractive to me, at least, that are wifed up. They don't wear makeup. They don't even wear weave. And they are wifed up. We see them. They're out here. It exists. They don't have jobs. They're following their YouTube dreams. Shit.
I was watching this video that was talking about how it's okay to go 50-50 because most people do, which I think is true. 50-50 is fine. I don't know why people have like demonized it so badly on social media, but that's the average household, all right? But the issue that I have with this video was this same person was going on to say, I just don't want to be one of those people that got to share accounts with my person and ask for permission every time I want to go get coffee, every time I want to buy a pair of shoes. She's like, I don't want to ask my husband because I just saw a cute new pair of glasses. And I'm sitting here like, okay, you can go 50-50 without also trying to demonize the alternative as if everybody out here who shares bank accounts with their spouses has to go to them like, please, mommy, can I have this? No, that's not how it goes. So let me just give you a realistic idea of what that looks like. Because I'm not calling up my husband. I'm like, babe, I think I want to spend $400 in Marshalls today. Like, that's not the conversation. That's not what that looks like. I'm not pulling up to freaking Dunkin' talking about something. Is it okay if I get a coffee? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. 9 times out of 10, when you are operating on your own, you have a ceiling, okay? So let's say if you operate off of a budget, I'm a budget girly. So let's say this month I'm like, okay, I don't need to spend more than $5,000, all right? But something comes up. And I'm like, you know what, babe? This upgrade that I want to get on my car is about $6,500. I know that the budget right now that we have set for us is $5,000. Do you think that anything is going to be knocked off balance within our budget if I do the $6,500 for this item this month, even though we set a ceiling of $5,000? It's a discussion to see what will affect the household. It has nothing to do with
can I please have this thing because I need your permission before I do it? It has to do with consideration. It has to do with thinking about what affects this household and can we afford to do this at this time? Even if we were a 50-50 household, I still think about how my money would be a situation where it affects the household too. So I wouldn't spend too much of that, if that makes sense. So I don't understand why anybody is demonizing the other when in reality, it's not a control thing that everybody makes it out to be unless you pick somebody controlling.
I know Shannon Sharp is like a hot topic right now, but it ain't about him like that.
What are your thoughts on 50-50 relationships?
I'm old school.
See, that's me.
I'm old school. I'm gonna pay for everything.
But hold on, if you pay for everything, are you expecting old school values in a new school woman? Because that's not how they're wired.
But they can be. I think that every woman would be grateful for a man to step up and take leadership in the right way. The problem is the lack of love, compassion, and the lack of still having a voice in your significant other is the thing that we as men fail at. It's because there is this authoritarian mindset that we also have that if I'm contributing and leading everything, that I contribute and lead everything.
Right.
But there still should be an equal voice and an opinion and view that we must consider, that we must acquiesce to at times, because there's a wisdom and a knowledge that a woman brings to the table that we benefit from. Okay. And so, but a lot of that is our own insecurities, right. A lot of the ways that we were raised.
What's a good place to take someone on the first date? You know, there's this thing, this viral moment with the Cheesecake Factory.
I saw it.
And how much should one spend?
I think the best place to go on the first date is to ask her where she want to go.
Oh, no. No.
Why?
Big in, big
Why?
on.
Why?
Because she says, I want to go to this 5-star restaurant where you already know if you just order the water, it's $50.
But what's wrong with her saying that? What's
wrong with me saying no? No.
So first of all, I'm trying to figure out what's the problem with that.
Ain't no problem. It ain't no problem with her asking. Ain't no problem with me saying no. So now, what's the next question? Where can we go?
Why are you saying no?
Because here's the thing.
Okay, give it to me. Why are you saying no?
If I start you here, where do I go after here?
That ain't necessarily true.
It is.
Oh, it ain't true. Watch it. Man, peeking, man. You know what? I got to give you youngsters game. Y'all ain't got no game. Here it is. You can say there easily, okay, baby girl, I'm finna take you to this place you want to.
Hold on.
I'm finna let you know, this place is so mad expensive. I'm doing it because I want to impress you, to let you know that I got you. Hold on, let me finish. I got you, but I ain't gonna be able to do this all the time. And make a joke out of it, make it light, keep it cool, keep it fun. Because see, let me tell you what wins a woman every time. Make her laugh. Make a joke out of it. Make it light.
Understand what these boys don't understand. 50-50 is for broke boys. It will make you less of a man.
So he's 100% right. But can we talk about how unsustainable that idea is, especially for millennials and younger, and even some of the Generation X people? So I know a couple that followed this to the T. They believed that it was the man's responsibility to be the full sole provider. She refused to work at all. He was college educated, had a good career. He made what I would consider decent money. He made somewhere between 70, 80, maybe a little bit more, $1,000 a year. Throughout the years, though, they struggled just financially. Like I said, she refused to get a job. They stayed in an apartment because they couldn't find a house that was in a neighborhood that they wanted.
First of all, as I'm playing this video, he has, or this person, I don't know if this is a meme account, they have other words playing in the background. So instead of listening to what he has to say, let's go ahead and just read what this, and these are like subliminals. All right, so I'm gonna read it. I'm so sick and tired of y'all getting on the internet and lying. Y'all barely keeping jobs and exhausting y'all PTO. Story time. Even his mama called him stupid. And don't sit here and act like 80K ain't a lot of money when most of y'all don't make 40K. Her lazy ass never got a job, stressed that man the fuck out, and she never really loved him. This is so funny. I'm not living in the ghetto because you won't get a job. I like taking walks. Gunshots and police sirens are not the sleep sounds I like. I like taking walks, comma, guns. What? Is that the same sentence? You must like it. Grammar. If your car breaks down and you refuse to get a job, it looks like you about to be a SHM for real. I don't know what that means. SHM. Sorry? I don't know. Ooh, face. I think he met his new wife at work. Oh my god. A lot of y'all are broke, unemployed baddies, and homosexuals. One that trades cat for eggplant for a place to stay. I'm in a bind, Nate. We just need to normalize adults being able to take care of themselves. Duh. Like literally duh. All right. Emphasis on comfortable. Because clearly whatever he's saying in this video don't even matter. I'm not about to struggle with you. That's not what I signed up for. Who are you projecting on? He's a brokey. It's weird. Broke people always calling other people broke. What that got to do with anything? What? Okay. All that afterpay debt, those repos and collections you have on your credit, that BBL you still paying for. Oh my God. People just be so mad. Yes, you still owe Sally Mae even though you didn't finish. Finish what? She got Section 8, EBT, and a medical card, but you saying you don't gotta go 50-50. She going 50-50 with some damn body. What? Who's the some damn body? And that's why I hate driving, because a lot of y'all don't have insurance. And y'all trying to do $300 to $400 dates every weekend. A lot of y'all gonna be Walmart greeters because you don't have retirement or investments. What this got to do with anything? Don't have your people out here selling plates to bury you. Selling plates? What does that mean? And that includes all his kids in the 20% more for child support. Please stop lying on social media. What? Card cracking. This is just getting worse. This is getting worse. Okay. Card cracking, PP loan getting, unemployment fraud scammers. The scum of the earth. Men stay talking about how much money they have, then be hurt later saying, she only want me for my money. Do you think you was cute? Did you think you was cute? She was turning down Ruth Chris. I'm so confused. Oh my God. I need to find out if this was the person behind the video or was this a projection video? He typed every single word in that video. He typed every single word in that video, unfortunately. I am appalled. Okay. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts. If you believe in 50-50, tell us why. Won't be me. No, I don't care. I'll be rich. Period. If you want the world, demand it. Get it. Some people are wired for it. You can't humble others and be like, you can't have everything you want. And what if you can? Clearly you're not the one that's gonna give it to me. Scooch. Okay. But let me know how y'all feel. Do you want to date an older man? Are you all right? Are you okay? Is there nobody your age that's popping for you? And then, are you attracted to men? Or are men losing their velour? I don't think they are. I mean, I have a feeling I'm going to meet so many great men this summer. I'm going to meet so many great men, so many attractive men, so many men that's going to inspire me. I am. I do think it's just really time for the men who have been dodging the work to get to work. And I'm talking about on their soul, even to work. Get another job. Really be a man. Get your testosterone up. Get it tested. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. This was a long one, but I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.